The Uber ride that vanished, and the man who knew how I'd die, back in 2020, when the world was still suffocating under the weight of the pandemic. I found myself drowning in bills. I had lost my full-time job like so many others, and with rent piling up and savings vanishing faster than hope, I did what I had to. I signed up to drive for Uber. At first, it felt manageable. Drive at night, avoid people, stay distant. The city was quieter during the night shift anyway. Empty roads, silent neighborhoods, and the occasional grateful fare trying to get home from work. But the night I'm about to tell you about, it changed everything I thought I knew about reality. It was late October, just past midnight. Halloween was a few days away, and the city had that cold, quiet bite in the air. You know the kind, when your breath fogs up the windshield and every shadow feels like it's watching. My phone buzzed. Ping. Uber pickup, Derek, just a few miles away at a strip mall near the edge of town. The place looked closed down. Half the lights in the lot weren't working. I pulled up near a shuttered bowling alley, engine running, headlights casting long beams across empty pavement. That's when I saw him, tall, thin, wearing a dark gray hoodie, standing perfectly still under a flickering street lamp. He didn't wave, didn't move, just stared. I lowered the window slightly. "Hey, you Derek?" He didn't answer, just opened the back door and slid in, slow and quiet. The moment he shut the door, the temperature seemed to drop. I actually reached out and turned down the AC before realizing it wasn't even on. He didn't say anything. No, hello. No, thanks for coming out. Just sat there, eyes fixed straight ahead, not at me, not out the window, just empty. Where to? I asked, trying to keep my voice casual. He slowly lifted his phone, showed me an address I didn't recognize. It wasn't even entered into the app, just a screenshot of an old Google Maps route. It was 15 minutes out, toward the outskirts, where neighborhoods fade into woods and streetlights are few and far between. We drove in silence. I kept glancing in the rearview mirror, hoping he'd start a conversation, give some clue that he was just a weird guy having a weird night. But no, he sat perfectly still, hands in his lap, eyes unfocused. Then he smiled. Not at me, not really at anything. Just a slow, spreading grin that didn't match the dead look in his eyes. A chill crawled down my spine. We finally reached the address. It was worse than I imagined. An abandoned two-story house, half covered in ivy, windows broken, porch sagging. The kind of place kids dare each other to explore at night. He got out without a word, disappearing around the side of the house. I sat there, fingers drumming the steering wheel, trying to decide if I should leave. Maybe it was a drug deal? Maybe he lived there? Was he squatting? 10 minutes passed. Then he came back. His hoodie was half-zipped now, revealing a torn shirt underneath. His eyes were wild, like he'd seen something or become something. He didn't wait for me to speak, just opened the door, jumped in and said, "Drive." To where? He looked at me. For the first time since I met him, he looked me in the eyes. And in that moment, I swear I saw something move behind them. Not physically, but spiritually, like I was staring into a void that stared back. "Take me to the other place," he whispered. "What does that mean?" He didn't answer. I pulled the car into gear and started driving, back toward town. My gut told me not to ask questions. Just get him out of my car. Drop him anywhere. I'd make up an excuse. Low fuel, flat tire, something. Then he leaned forward. "You ever wonder," he said, his breath icy against the back of my neck, "how you're going to die?" My heart stopped. "What?" He smiled again. "Some people don't. Some people walk around every day thinking life will go on forever. But you," he paused, "you think about it a lot, don't you?" I didn't respond. Couldn't. My fingers gripped the wheel so tight they turned white. "You picked the wrong guy up tonight," he said softly, almost kindly. "But you're lucky. I'm not here for you." I slammed the brakes. We were in the middle of an empty stretch of road. No traffic. No lights. Just trees and the hum of the engine. He looked out the window. "This is fine. I'll walk from here." "You sure?" I asked, not even pretending to care. I just wanted him gone. He opened the door, stepped out, then turned to face me. "Don't worry," he said. "You'll remember me, even if no one else does." Then he walked off, slowly, like he had nowhere to be. I sat there for a full minute before driving away, heart pounding, mind racing. When I got home, I opened the Uber app to report the ride, but it wasn't there. No trip history, no rider named Derek.
No timestamp.
Nothing. It was as if the ride had never happened. I reached out to Uber support. They said there were no logs of me picking anyone up that night. Not after 11:47 p.m. But I know I didn't imagine it. I saw him. I drove him. I heard him speak. And sometimes, when I'm driving that same stretch of road, I swear I see someone walking. Same height, same hoodie, same smile. So if you're driving Uber, or Lyft, or just giving someone a lift home, look twice, check your mirror, and never ignore the cold air crawling down your spine. Because not every passenger is meant to be picked up. Want more creepy true encounters? Don't forget to like and subscribe to BizVault, and stay safe out there.